Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using The Art of Love Tarot by Denise Jarvie, artwork by Tony Carmine Salerno. In the back, here's the website, blueangelonline.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you're interested. Supportive Oracle cards. You Are Clairvoyant Oracle Cards by Belinda Grace, illustrations by Elaine Marzin. Website rockpoolpublishing.com.au, A as in apple, use an umbrella. Alright, Sagittarius. Boom, boom, boom. We've got a couple cup cards. Well, one cup card. Somebody wants your attention. Is this gonna work? That's your card. Okay, your card's showing up here too. Okay, so what do we have coming in? This, I feel like this is always. Very busy. How rare. Sagittarius, busy. How odd. And you seem to be doing very well at it. I feel like I'm growing with the situation. There's some earth with it, in the sense of like, there's a structure with this situation. I don't think this is bad because it's growing, and as it's growing, you're growing with it. It's keeping it fresh for you. There's bounds. There's some like limitations here and boundaries. I don't see it bothering you. I feel like as long as it works and it keeps evolving, I feel like I'm okay, because it keeps evolving, so things get done a little bit differently. Sometimes it's a little painful to stick with the same stuff, but for the most part, because it's evolving, it's okay. There is a lot of success here. I feel like you're coming to the part, though, where it's time for things to move forward. The efforts have come to the point where it's been evolving, but now it's time to do something. It's time to kind of like this is a past card. I feel like I didn't expect it to come to fruition this quickly, or like I forgot. I got just so used to it. But now it's like the fruit is starting to show up on the trees, and I'm like, oh, 10 years have passed that fast, and like all of a sudden now we're already getting fruit from this tree. Wow, it just happened so fast. And I do feel like you've put in a lot of effort, a lot of work. This is the outcome I wanted. This is where I wanted to come into. Is it perfect? It's not supposed to be perfect, and I feel like that's the thing. There's some rough edges to this, but it's kind of like the rough edges that I'm seeing are not bad. It's kind of like, actually, it's better than I thought it would be. Maybe that's one of the reasons I feel good about it. It's kind of like, yeah, there's some rough edges, but it's not as sharp as I thought it was going to be. It's kind of like I was expecting 3 spikes and I got 2, and I'm like, oh, I only got pricked twice instead of 7 times. I like that a lot better. I didn't think there was a way to get through this without getting pricked at least once, and I was expecting at least 7 times, but I only got pricked twice, so I'm happy. It seems too simple. Like, why is it so simple? It's not bad, but... Alright, so there's something else coming in. 5 of Pentacles reversed. You're on the inside, and Judgment in your favor. See, the 5 of Pentacles right side up would be on the outside, but if it's reversed, it's inside. So you're on the inside, and there's a whole new level coming in. This next level is... it feels fully developed, though. So, getting to this point, things have evolved and things have kept changing in a certain direction. So it was nice. It didn't get too stale because it kept evolving, which created its own change. You know what I mean? As the situation got older, it needed some different care, and then it got a little older, it needed some different care, and you just kept working with it. You just kept going with it because it kept getting more and more advanced. It was good. I'm trying to see where this is going next, but I'm not getting it yet. So, still on the inside, judgment in your favor, this new beginning, this new level coming in, is now coming into this whole new... Is there a new person here? Is this a new person or somebody with that's been here that's just taking a different role? Empress, and then the Knight of Pentacles reversed. There needs to be some changing of people here. There needs to be some changing of people. This energy is telling me that this is a supportive energy that helped get this situation where it is. But now that it's come to this level, it's hit the level. It's hit its fruition, like where it's supposed to develop to. Somebody who helped you get here, they still have value, but like this isn't their jam. To stay at like, how do I explain it? They still have value, but in this situation they've done what they needed to do and they need to go on to something else. This is somebody who helps things move forward. This is somebody who helps things grow. Now that things are grown, I feel like this isn't the work for them anymore. I'm trying to, I keep getting like analogies of like children growing up. It's somebody who's used to teaching 7 and 8 year olds. Once the child becomes a teenager, that's somebody else does that. They're not equipped for that. They don't have the tools, they don't have the background to really work with that. So it's kind of like the situation has outgrown them. I feel like that's what I need to say. And I feel like what they're saying is try to not hold this person to the situation. Try to encourage them to grow in their own direction. I do feel like this could be painful for them if they don't grow in their own direction. Somebody here, I feel like they need to be encouraged to go their own way from here forward. The situation has outgrown them. There's a lot of communication. They're very good at bringing new information in, but this current stage is not for them. But I feel like they need to realize that, because I feel like there's the need for the changing of players here. You might stick with this situation, but you might have a different reason for that. This other energy needs to move on is what I'm getting. Not in a bad way, but just kind of like they're more effective other places. There's a changing of people. People have to change. You might be one of the people that's changing if you decide that this is not for you. At this stage, it's up to you. Staying in harmony with the situation, I feel like you have to reevaluate it at this stage and realize what the new boundaries are. If you realize what the new boundaries are and you really put some thought into like where do I fit into this situation, you're gonna know if that you should stay or not, and you'll react accordingly. Because sometimes, like, if this reminds me of like a mom, when the kids get older, the mom stays connected the whole time. It's just, you know, when the kids don't need her as much, she's kind of takes a supportive backseat role. They live their own lives. She steps in where she can. She helps where she can. But there's, like, she's not leading the situation anymore. She's not doing 90% of the stuff anymore. She kind of takes a backseat role. In a positive way. Like, she deserves a break. She's done a lot. I don't know. I'm trying to get more out of these two cards because I feel like they're saying, evaluate what's going on here. Decide where you fit. If you really give it a thought. 6 of Swords reversed. And the Hierophant keeps popping up. Like, this is the Hierophant card usually. Sometimes it talks about Taurus. Doesn't have to. But it's a lot of, like, boundaries. And things are done the same way every time. The situation going forward is going to have... I don't want to say it's going to be strict, but it might be. It doesn't have as much wiggle room, that's for sure. I don't want to say strict, but I do want to say that, like, there's not a lot here left to interpretation. Certain things have to be done. It kind of reminds me of like baking bread. You do certain steps in a certain way. You know what I mean? You don't cut the bread before you bake the bread, if you follow me. The situation has new challenges and a lot more restraint. This isn't something I feel like you have to overthink in the sense of like, do I have to be a part of it? I feel like it's just one of those things where I just got to look at it for what it is going forward and realize, do I fit or do I not? And if I don't fit, in the sense of like I feel like I can make this, like this isn't my jam, this is not what I do. If I don't fit, I put myself in a different position. If I do fit and I'm like, all right, this is how this is now, these are the boundaries, and I'm like, I do fit for this reason, because like even though there's boundaries, there's going to be people trying to jump outside the boundaries, and maybe you have the role of like catching people who jump outside the boundaries to bring them back in, and that's always going to be different. That might be where you fit. But they're saying step back, look at the situation, where do you fit? Do you still fit? Not everybody is going to fit in the situation now that it's come to this level. It does feel like this is kind of heavy, because there's a lot of work that still needs to be done, but it's different. It's different now. Ace of Swords, conversations need to be had. Justice card, half in, half out. High Priestess and the Ascended Masters. I almost feel like this is the biggest piece of this reading, is kind of like realize that not everybody can stay. Not everybody is supposed to stay. Things are supposed to change at this point. And they're saying you need to decide for yourself, do you fit? Is it best for you to stay, or is it best for you to go? I really feel for your energy, once you address it and look at it, once you look at it, you'll know if you fit or you don't. And once you make up your mind and you realize where you actually belong in the situation, you're going to make that up yourself. You'll react accordingly, and it'll be easier for you to move forward with the situation. Also, making sure you don't fight to keep people involved that really shouldn't be involved anymore is a very important thing here. Because I feel like same thing. When you step back, you look at what they do well, what the situation calls for, you're going to see if it fits or it doesn't. If it doesn't fit anymore, it's kind of like it's being like it's still appreciative. Like it was great that they got you here, but kind of like, all right, thank you, but like from here forward, you know, I think there's better things for you. So I feel like that's, I keep getting that same thing. Like, do you still fit? Do they still fit? So maybe do they still fit? Who still fits? Who fits now? I feel like it'll be easy once you look at it. Once you step back and look at it, and once you realize that part, from there forward, I don't think it's going to be difficult, because I feel like it just goes on rote routine. You'll just react accordingly as things come forward. It's just stepping back, giving yourself that moment to step back and just kind of evaluate it. Do I belong anymore? Do I fit here anymore? Yes or no, and where so? Other people, it's the same thing, stepping back. Like, do they fit here anymore? If they do, where so? If they don't, you'll handle it accordingly. If you don't, you'll handle it accordingly. I don't think it's has to be that bad. I feel like they're saying you can make this easy on yourself by stepping back, having some time to breathe, thinking it through. Do I fit? Do I not? Do they fit? Do they not? And just, once you make up your mind, the rest will just fall into place. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.